Hi everybody, as you're jumping in, double tap the screen. And if you haven't subbed, please sub to my channel. It's always free. It's Dirty Stack and Deb here. Hey Edmundo, how are you? Hi Eric, how are you? It's good. If you haven't double tapped the screen, please double tap the screen. And if you don't mind, sub to my channel. It's always free. I am sitting up at the school waiting for my son to get done with the school. I do this every Tuesday and Friday while my husband is having his sketamine treatment. My channel content is about sourdough and DoorDash though. It's a beautiful April Fool's Day today. Hi Heather. Happy April Fool's Day. 10 years ago today, I found out I was pregnant with my son. I could use all the subs I can get. So if you want to and you have multiple channels, go ahead and sub to my channel. Yep. 10 years ago today, I went to the doctor's office and found out I was pregnant with my son. He was my April Fool's Day gift. I know everybody jokes around about it, but it actually happened to me. I have proof, I have photos. I was gonna go through my thing with my actual documentation of my note from the doctor stating I was pregnant. We went to Wisconsin because we were living in Tennessee at the time, and we went to Wisconsin for a funeral, and we came back from the funeral, and on the way back from the funeral, I had a nonstop headache and didn't feel good. And I loved Panda Express. I loved it to death, but I could not eat it. And I was like, something's wrong with me. I went to work when I got back, and the lady at work is like, oh, you're pregnant. We know it. You're pregnant. And I said, no, that can't happen. And sure enough. You're edging to the turkey neck. Awesome. Gobble, gobble, gobble. I know I have a big neck. But you know what? Nobody knows my story unlike me. So thank you for the comment. Some people are harsh, man. I don't think they know people's stories and they want to just be mean to people offhand. This here makes me self-conscious, but I also fight it with humor. Yeah, trolls will be trolls. I'm gonna turn my radio off. I'm actually gonna open my windows and turn my car off too. It's kind of warm out today, and we're supposed to actually get thunderstorms or rain, and then it's gonna transition into snow again. Our weather is so bipolar this time of year. So I've been putzing around with my sourdough. They say tap water will kill your sourdough because it's got chlorine in it. Well, it hasn't killed my sourdough. Well, a portion of my sourdough. I'm like taking samples of it and messing with it. And I've been using tap water on it and it's been doing everything it's supposed to do. Yeah, snow. Snow in April. It's, I'm not looking forward to it. Hey Meg, how are you? I'm sitting up at the school waiting for my son. As usual. I just don't want to go home. It's like I dropped my husband off at the hospital at 2. I got to pick my son up at 3:41. After I get him, I got to go straight to the hospital and pick him up cuz his procedure takes 2 hours. Hi Haji, how are you? So it's like it's kind of a waste of a trip to go home and to take the beagle up the stairs, he tugs on my arms. It's kind of way too hard. So it's just best to come up here and sit at the school. And I got a traffic enforcement officer behind me, and I'm parked in a no parking loading zone on school days between 7:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. And it says except for buses, so I'm hoping I don't get a ticket. I don't think they should ticket me because everybody parks here. My husband's okay, Meg. He gets these treatments twice a week. It helps with his manic schizophrenia and his depression. And all it is the only way I know how to describe it is it's like a very high sedative. It is like horse tranquilizers. And he will tell you he trips his balls off for a good hour and a half. And then once it wears down, his total mood is totally different. He's not as aggressive, he's happier, he's not thinking about the past and the deaths in his family. It's rainy. Oh, you're at night and it's rainy. It is daylight here and I'm in the States. Where are you at? Let me see if I can get an image of out my window. See, it's daylight here and it is going to rain this evening. We're supposed to have severe thunderstorms at some point and it's going to transition into snow. I am too, Meg. I'm so glad that we took the opportunity to actually check into this ketamine treatment because we were hesitant in the beginning. His counselor came up with the idea, and then we had no idea where to go to get the treatment. And then we finally found somebody who did it locally, and he got it done now, and he's doing really great on it. I'm just hoping it continues to work. My husband never picked up a finger to help me clean the house, and now he's all of a sudden helping me around the house, and it's kind of different. I'm going to switch this back now. I was gonna go home and cook tonight, but I went out door dashing this morning, and I went out and Ubered. Uber sucked terrible today. I think I took one Uber order today. Actually, I accepted two, and one of them I went to was already picked up. That's the second day in a row that I've gone to pick up an Uber order, and they've already been picked up. It just kind of sucks when you go in there, and it's kind of embarrassing. I'm in Wisconsin. I'm in southeast Wisconsin. It's either gonna thunderstorm tonight or it's supposed to thunderstorm tomorrow night. I can't remember. I watched the news, but it's a severe type thing. It's where we're actually under the corner part where it's gonna get hit hardcore with the storms. Um, Severe hail, wind damage, possible we could lose power type thing. And then because of the temperatures dropping overnight, we're gonna get snow. Hi, Valentine. I gotta watch the news closer, Meg. It's either tonight or it's tomorrow. I'm mixing my days up somewhere. I'm tired today. You out doing your Uber thing, Valentine, today? Are you live today? My my kitchen island is coming between the 4th and the 5th, and we got to assemble it, and once I get it assembled, I'm going to do a YouTube live doing my sourdough. I don't know, today I'm just really beyond exhausted today. But I also have been doing a lot the last couple days, so that might pertain to why I'm so tired. And I think my first sourdough live, I'm going to do a s'mores sourdough. I've been seeing the s'mores all over the TikTok and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I got to try this. And you're supposed to use semi-sweet, like, morsels, or you could use the Hershey ones, but I'm not a fan of those, so I get milk chocolate chips. Right now, I've been playing around with my sourdough starter, which I call her Gertrude. It's kind of funny. It's not named after Austin's car, but people might think so because I started my starter around December. So, hi, Sonny. How are you? But I've been experimenting with it because I got a whole mason jar full of starter. So I pulled out a little bit, and I'm trying to test my tap water to see if my starter will survive tap water. That's weird. My screen only shows 0 people in here. What's that? Oh, I know. Bill reminders. Gotta love paying the bills. Gotta love adulting. And this is not soda. This is unsweet iced tea. I never drink soda. Well, I shouldn't say never because I did drink some Poppy the other day, which is, it's not really soda, but it's soda. I didn't like it, so I did not finish that. I ended up dumping it down the sink. Lincoln, you want to come say hi? Do you want to come say hi, puppy? Come here. Come here, Lincoln. Come here. Princess, who you barking at? Who you barking at? You come here and say hi. I think I quit soda about 2023. I don't know, just one day I just stopped drinking it and I started drinking iced tea and I haven't switched back to it. I can't do it. I used to drink Coca-Cola and I was an avid Coca-Cola drinker. I would bounce from Coca-Cola to Dr. Pepper. That's what I would do. But now I can't touch it at all. I drink it and it's like, oh, just the sugar in it alone. It's like I order unsweet iced tea all the time and I go through the McDonald's drive-thru. I always get it in the morning because that's what I start my day off with is my unsweet iced tea. And I always have to ask them, is it unsweet? Because I always get halfway down the road and then I go and take a drink of it and it's sugared tea. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. I don't know. It's like I think when I was a kid I was deprived it so much so I just got hooked on soda constantly as I got older and that's all I would drink. My mom wouldn't let me have soda when I was a kid. I think I had Kool-Aid, water, or milk. Which Kool-Aid is more sugar than soda, but still, soda was so addicting though. Yeah, I drink unsweet. My mom got me hooked on unsweet tea. I went down south to Tennessee. Oh, here, you guys might, well, Heather was in here earlier, so you guys didn't hear my story. 10 years ago today, on April Fool's Day, I went to the doctor's office and found out I was pregnant with my son. And it is not an April Fool's Day joke. I actually found out I was pregnant on April Fool's Day with my son. I know people joke about it all the time, but I don't. I came home from the doctor's office and I said to my husband, yep, I'm pregnant, and waved him the little piece of paper. And his words were to me, I did that. But the doctor's office I had to go to for my pregnancy was an hour away from our house in Tennessee because there was nothing near us. And I kept freaking out. I'm like, well, if I go into labor and I am considered high risk pregnancy and I'm an hour away from the hospital, how am I going to get there in time? And everybody's like, don't worry, we'll get you there. And I'm like, yeah, flight for life, that ain't happening. So we ended up moving back to Wisconsin. Hey, Tax, how are you? No tacos today. I've been eating tacos the last 2 days. When I make them, I make enough for an army, so we eat them for a couple days. Just trying to get my puppy up here in the live stream. Princess, come here. Princess. Princess, come here. You come here. You come here, baby. You come here. Come on. Oh, stop. Nah. Nah, nah, nah. Come on. Lincoln, you sure? Come on. Come on, Princess. Nah, nah, nah. Nah, nah, nah. Come on. Oh, here comes Lincoln because he knows I'm calling her. Okay, okay. Okay. Say hi to everybody. Oh, thank you. Woof. Yes, sourdough live stream is going to be great. And when I get my kitchen island assembled and I have it, I actually have a what do you call one of those tripods that hold my phone. I just got to find it. We moved and everything got crammed into our spare bedroom because I live in a 3-bedroom and we took the 3rd bedroom and took all our boxes from the house and put it into our 3rd bedroom. And we've been slowly going through it. I got it halfway emptied, but I still haven't found the box with my tripod in it. But either way, they're not that expensive, so I probably might just go and buy one pretty soon here. Then I'll have two, and I could put my husband's on me and mine. I can live stream from TikTok and YouTube. I just don't go on TikTok as much. I go on there here and there. Ever since they did that thing where they shut them down for the day, I just kind of steered away from it. Lincoln, you're not going after that dog. That's a Spuds McKenzie looking dog. I shut my car down for a little bit. I didn't want to waste my gas sitting here. I'm flipping it around just so you guys can see. I don't know if you can see that dog. It's pretty far away. But this is outside my son's school. They were doing construction here, so they got a big old one of those container things across the way. Yeah, my puppies. Don't mind my little messy car, but here's my puppies. They're looking out the window. They got to get their they got to get their hamburger for the day because they did their job today. Wi-Fi is on. Recording stopped. They DoorDash and they go Uber Eating with me. They get a hamburger. So when I pick my son up, because we had kind of a late lunch, me and my husband, we ate around 1:30. We probably won't make dinner because neither him or I will eat after a certain time. My husband's on Ozempic and I'm on Zepbound, so it kind of controls your appetite, and if you eat, you're pretty much so full for most of the day. So we're just gonna go and get probably my son something from McDonald's and then get the two dogs a hamburger. I had Arby's. I like Arby's roast beef with Arby's sauce. So are you guys supposed to get any wicked weather down I seen that it goes from our area down towards the south, but I didn't see how far down south it went. Is anybody getting any wicked weather coming up?
Video mode. Recording started.
That camera keeps kicking in and on and off.
Wi-Fi is on.
My husband bought that camera because he's afraid I'm going to get into an accident while I'm door dashing or something, and he wants to have it on camera. Oh, you're in Florida? I wish I was in some beach somewhere. Usually Easter time we go to South Carolina, but this year we're not. I drove there last year and we took a different route than we normally do. We went through West Virginia and I just about died. Those mountains, the steep inclines and declines, oh my goodness. And it's like 70 miles an hour going through those hills. And then my husband proceeds to tell me, you see those little sand things right there? He says, that's if the semi brakes give out. So, of course, now we're going down hills and I'm looking behind me for semis and I'm freaking out thinking these guys are going to lose their brakes on me. And my husband's like, relax. And I'm like, I can't. We got out of the mountains and I'm telling you, my hands, they were so numb from gripping the steering wheel so tight and freaking out because I saw semis behind me with those sand traps. Okay. So then it's not tonight, it's tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that. And tomorrow I have I have a goal of doing 5 deliveries on DoorDash on EBT 5 days a week. I did 9 deliveries today. So I need to go out when I drop my son and do at least 1 delivery. And I'm not dashing tomorrow. So I need to do 5 more deliveries for that day. So I got to do a total of 6 deliveries tomorrow morning on EBT. Now, my EBT AR started at 70 on Monday. It is now at 75. So I'm also keeping track of how many EBT deliveries I'm doing to, because I want to get my AR up to 100. And I declined one before I started this journey. So I know I got to do at least 100 to get to 100. So I already went up 5 points in the last 5 days. So I'm going to try to see what happens. Because I'm hearing that they've been screwing up on that. So I'm going to see if it's true. And another reason why I'm doing it is because summer's coming, and I want to be able to just be like, I'm gonna go out there dashing, and I'm gonna make me some money so I can go to the fair, and I'm gonna decline all them icky orders because lately it's been nothing but icky orders. $2, 2 miles, $2 with all the miles over it. It's just been horrid. Horrid, horrid. In fact, even during lunch, I watched a lady get so mad with her wait times and how much the orders were bad, and I'm just going around EBTing and not caring. Oh yeah, we have our county fair, we have Racine County Fair. We have what is it? Summerfest, which is in Milwaukee. And at Summerfest they have all the name band headliners and all that stuff that play there. And then we have State Fair, which is not too far from here. And then Kenosha County Fair, which is another county over. And then my uncle every year they around May or July, I can't remember what month it is. My uncle races jet fuel cars. So we go out to Great Lakes Dragway to go watch my uncle race his jet fuel car. So summer's our fun time. And then we're not that far from Six Flags. We're about less than an hour away from Six Flags. So we go and we get passes for there. We get the yearly pass for there. And then when we don't have money to do anything, we could just go to Six Flags and just hang out at Six Flags. And what we do too is we buy a meal pass and we just split something to eat when we're there. This way, if we don't have any money, we can just go there and hang out and do something. And that pays for itself within the first 2 or 3 times you go. So it's worth it. Now I hear they're supposed to get a new coaster this year. My son had a field trip at school today. I wonder if he enjoyed it. Sorry guys, I am extremely tired today. I don't want to give anybody the yawn chases. I get up every morning around 4:30, 5 o'clock. I clean my, I pick up my house from the night before going to bed. I get anything done that needs to get done before I start getting everybody up and getting my son ready for school. Me getting ready before he gets up. And like this morning, I was taking garbage out and I was cleaning out my hall closet because I get all these Amazon packages and sometimes the boxes don't fit into my recycle bin. So I took all these boxes out of my hall closet that I couldn't get in my recycle bin and loaded it up into my van to take to some dumpster around the corner and got that done this morning. I'm always on the go, always doing something. I wear myself out. And I lost another pound. I am down to 206. I am so excited. That means 6 more pounds and I'm going to be under 200. Linky, Linky. You drooling. You drooling. You drooling. You got drool. Come say hi to everybody. Yeah, you come say hi. Say hi to everybody. Everybody likes to see you. Yes, everybody likes you. You good boy. You're such a good boy. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Oh, you're such a good boy. Yes, you are. You good boy. Oh, you're such a good boy. Okay, go back in your chair. You put all that weight on my arm, dude. You're a big boy. I swear he's 60 pounds. He's a big boy, dude. And he's not even a year yet. I remember the day we got him. We went to Oconomowoc up in Wisconsin. And this guy told my husband because he was disabled, he would give my husband the dog for $200. My husband's like, let's go. And he kept telling me, oh, it's a basset hound. And I know what a basset hound is. I love those dogs. They're really short and stumpy with the long ears and they're dope, you know. We get there and it's a beagle, not a basset hound. And the guy's like, I got him in my barn. And I was like, well, I'm kind of hoping for a girl because my other dog is a girl. Um, they said, no, we don't give away the girls, but we do have 3 boys. He said, I'm going to go out to the barn and release them if you guys want to wait here. And we waited, and out come the 3 beagles, and they were like the 3 little stooges jumping all over each other. And this one, the boy grabbed and brought up to me, and as soon as I saw his eyes, I was like, that's our dog. And he's like, you sure you want that one? And I'm like, yeah, that's the one. They had a traditional looking beagle, and then this one and another one his color. But this is the one that I fell in love with looking in his eyes. Fits in our family real well. He's very smart. He learned how to sit and he learned how to do a lot of things. He learned how to tear up my house, eat shoes, chew on woodwork. He's like a billy goat in disguise. Yeah. We want to get him obedience school. I think it would help him, but my husband says not right now. We're going to do that later. It's so nice out right now. And the day that we're getting the thunderstorms, it's supposed to get up like to 56 or something like that. Oh, this guy scares me. Why do people do that? He drove up right behind me as close as he could and then goes around me and then goes, I don't get it. They scare the heck out of me here the way they drive. And today they're voting for the school referendum. And I actually had a DoorDash delivery here at the school this morning. And she's like, don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote. I'm like, I'm very well. I need to vote. I'm tired of hearing about it on the news. I'm tired of, I don't know. It's just like it never ends. This will be over and there will be another election and I'm aware of what I got to do. I don't need to keep being reminded. Right? Right. I think I'm going to turn the car on and put a little radio on. I don't want to fall asleep. Uh-oh. Let's see. What does she have to say? I don't know what that's about.
Wi-Fi is on. Recording
She
stopped.
sent me an image of the Prairie School. I do not know. I'm so tired. I gotta be careful how loud I have it, otherwise they'll whatever that is, copyright your live. Well, it's 2:40. Your human will be coming in an hour. You looking forward to your human, Lincoln? Lincoln loves my son. So if my sourdough rises with tap water tonight, I'm actually going to attempt to make a loaf of artesian bread tonight. So I'm going to see if it will actually rise in the oven and all that stuff. I'm hoping it does. The only thing that looks different to me is like I see the bubbles, but not like I did with the spring water that I was using. But like texture wise and its activity, it's doubling in like 4 hours. And I could never get sourdough right watching all these videos. I had to like Google and watch videos because like a lot of the videos you watch, they don't show everything. I literally had to do research to get mine going right. It if your bread fails, it's because of your starter. Your starter's not strong, it's not healthy. And I didn't know that. But they would always say, you know, your starter is where you begin, but they never tell you what it should look like and everything else. So, like, when I do my live, I'm going to explain all that. Because I started my starter December 28th with 1 cup flour and 1 cup water. And I mixed that on my counter. And I actually didn't get good bread until mid-February, late February. So it took a long time if you're going to start a starter from scratch. You got to be patient with it and keep with it and be consistent with it. And they always say pancake batter consistency. That's not true, because not everybody's pancake batter is the consistency of what a starter should be when you mix it with the flour and water. I think of it more as like a muffin batter, not a cake batter. It's a little thicker than a cake batter, but more like a muffin batter. And then once you do that, it should double within 4 to 6 hours. And then you'll see a bunch of bubbles around the side of the jar. And the top will look kind of like ripples of water moving. But you don't really see the dough moving. All it is bubbles coming to the top and really popping. They say it looks like it's alive, but it's not. And I don't know, it's a lot to learn. But it's not hard and it's not a complicated thing. It does take, well, if I have what they call a bread proofing mat, and I keep my dough on a bread proofing mat, and I keep my bread proofing mat around 95. So my dough is always at a warm temperature. So my what they call bulk fermentation time is always cut back. It's not as long as most people's bulk fermentation. So I've actually, my sandwich bread I bake in one day. But the artesian, I do all that, and then after 5 hours it takes me to get through my bulk fermentation process. I refrigerate it, and I put it in the refrigerator, and I'll bake it when I'm ready to the next day. So that one takes about 24 hours. It's not that bad. But you do it on your pace. It's not like you have to be right next to your sourdough, because I've even walked away from it and forgot about it, went back and did stuff to it, and it was fine. Once you start the process of the bread making, it's not like you have to be on it like a clockwork. It's just, you got to go at it so often and do so many stretch and folds, and you only got to do it for like 3 or 4 times, and then it pretty much, so the stuff sits on your counter. I've cleaned my whole house while making sourdough, or I've gone to the store and come back and did stretch and folds after I went to the store and stuff. It's not precise clockwork, but it's fun. It's a hobby for sure. And out of all of them so far, my favorite has been the double chocolate espresso one. Well, I'm gonna go home. I gotta clean my living room. I gotta get caught up on Masked Singer before that comes on tomorrow. So I gotta go watch last week's episode. I pretty much still got my kitchen table all cleaned up. Me and my husband just gotta tip it over and take the nuts and bolts off the legs and put it up. And then it's pretty much so sweeping and mopping and organizing my kitchen the way I want it for when my thing comes. And my kitchen chairs should fit at that table, hopefully. If not, I have to buy new chairs, but that's okay. Aw, sign of spring, robin. Robin and its red breast. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. There's the robin and its red breast. Sign of spring. Aww. So cool. I love springtime when the birds come out. I got Yoshi a bunch of toys for his cage, and I'm trying to take out his old ones, and he was getting mad at me for taking his old toys out of his cage. Started nipping at me. I'm like, no, 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 no. We're putting your new toys in. You don't bite me. And he's wandering all over the outside of the cage, checking out what I'm doing to his cage. But you know, he's already got one of them tore up. He loves it. He loves when he gets new toys. Oh man, it is a day. Let's see. Different image for a little bit. We bought new charging cords for our phones. The ones in my car, I think because my husband and my son don't grab from the plastic piece and pull out of the phone. They grab from the cord and yank it out of the phone. And I told him, you do that, it weakens the connection between the phone and the charging port. I'm gonna sleep hardcore tonight. Tomorrow morning, it is get my son up, get him in the shower, get him ready for school. They have school Wednesday and Thursday, and he has his parent-teacher conference after school at 5 o'clock on Thursday. And then they're off school on Friday for parent-teacher conferences too. I did his parent-teacher conference on Thursday because I figured Friday he'd have a 3-day weekend and he doesn't have to see the school and go with us to his parent-teacher conference. Hey Austin, how are you? I dashed today and I did 2 Uber orders. One I took, one I arrived and it was already picked up. So I was like, okay, Uber's trash today, shut it off. And I just did EBT all day on DoorDash today, and I did 9 deliveries total today on DoorDash. And my AR since Monday went from 70 to 75. But I'm also trying to keep track of my deliveries because I'm doing 100 straight EBT orders. And I want to see if I get my AR up to 100 with those 100 orders, because before I started it, I did decline an order. So I know I got to get at least 100 to get 100. And in that time, my completion rate should go up too. So we're going to test that theory out too. See if DoorDash is actually doing what it's supposed to do. Because I watched and keeping it real life, and he was doing EBT to get to 100 too, and I think he said he was struggling with that last leg getting that 100, and he was accepting every order. So I want to see if they are actually screwing people. It's okay. I do that too. Sometimes I'll be driving around, and if I'm stop somewhere and I ain't doing nothing, I'll flip on YouTube and try to catch people's lives. Otherwise, per the most point, if I'm working, I don't really go on the YouTube till I get home. It's a nice day though. It says it's 37 degrees outside. I find that hard to believe because I'm wearing a sweater and walking around. My acceptance rate is at 98, I believe, right now. Maintenance day. I think mine's going to be a maintenance day till I get to 100. I'm doing all EBT. At least 5 EBT a day for 5 days a week for the next 30 days to get to 100. If I do it that way, I think I won't get as upset with it. And I'm doing mostly my EBT during breakfast, and I'm doing Uber during lunch. But today Uber was like crunchy and icky, so I turned it off and I was able to catch EBT for lunch on DoorDash, so that's what I did. But Tuesdays, if you look at the roadmap on Uber, it was not good for lunch anyway, so I didn't expect it. Thursdays, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays are good days on Uber, and Mondays. Tuesday, Wednesdays are hit and miss. Thursdays are like payday here on either app. So, I mean, Thursdays are like the best day to really be out here. And today is the election day here, so I don't know if that's in every state, but they're voting on the school referendum here, and I didn't expect anything really today. It might be more busy towards the evening. And I don't go out after dark, so It is what it is. Yep, Thursday here. Everybody gets paid a day before Friday. It's strange. Most people get paid on Fridays, but here it's like they get paid the day before Friday. Hi T, how are you? I'm just sitting here chit-chatting. I dropped my husband off at his therapy, and I don't like to go home and then come back out, so I just go up to my son's school and I'll do my live on YouTube. So he goes on Tuesdays and Fridays, so next time I'll go live it'll be on Friday. And then I don't DoorDash or Uber Eats on the weekends anymore because um it's family quality time. I haven't been able to do that, and with my W2 hours going back up, we decided we will only Uber Eats and DoorDash while my son is at school. And well, if my husband doesn't have doctor's appointments. And it kind of works out for me because like I shut DoorDash off at lunch and I just have Uber Eats running. And sometimes the orders are take a little while to get one. Oh, it's okay, princess. Go get him, Tiger. Yep, go get him, Tiger. Get him. She's so vicious. Um, that I'm able to run my errands, like go pick up medications, or if I gotta do things around town. I do that in between me doing Uber Eats. And it works out for me. And I'm really only doing it for fun money and if I want something. So like I'm into sourdough. So anything that I want for equipment for my sourdough, I'll be like, "Oh, I got to go out door dashing. I need this." So I'll go out door dashing until I get the money to get it. My W2 and my husband's money and my son is also getting money. Um well, my son's money though gets put up for him for college, but my husband and my money is enough to cover all the bills. And if we want anything fun, we have a little left, but not a lot. So DoorDash comes in handy for that. I think it was funny. My son come home from school one day. My friend was picking on me and said, your mom works for DoorDash, so she only makes $1." And I told my son, well, you need to be telling your friend that his parents need to tip more because that dollar ain't paying enough for anything. And I bet you their food ain't getting delivered. I told my son, you call him a cheapskate. And we also told him, you could tell your friends what 9-year-old has a 65-inch TV in his bedroom and a Nintendo Switch. Not most kids have that in their own bedroom nowadays. Actually, it's not even a 65-inch, it's a 75-inch TV because it's our old TV in our living room is going in my son's room, and we're getting an 85-inch TV. Mine covers bills usually while hubby is banked. My coworkers joke with me about DD. I show them how long I work and how much I make. They stop laughing. Yeah, and if you have a W2 and you're doing DoorDash, your taxes will balance itself out. Mine did last year. Or when I filed my taxes this year, I didn't owe anything, and with me having a child tax credit and stuff, I still ended up getting money back. It wasn't as much as I did the year before, but if you also set aside taxes, you have that savings too on top of what you get back for your child tax credit. It does balance itself out, and there's a lot of things that you write off on your taxes too, so that part balances itself out. And I have a child, so I get credit for that. I get homestead credit. I think it's homestead, where you get it for your rent. And I was good this year. Yes, yes, it does. And I also am able to, next year when I file my taxes, because I just started DoorDash on this year's taxes, I can actually write off paying for my taxes to get done, because I have to do taxes because of DoorDash. So therefore, we can use my tax fees on a write-off next year. And I write my cell phone bill off, part of my cell phone bill. And anything that I buy, like my bags and stuff like that that pertain to DoorDash, I write that off too. And I also put my, I save my receipts for my shoes, because I had to buy boots to walk on people's stuff for DoorDash. So, and shoes, I write them off. I write everything that pertains to me having to use for DoorDash. They told me not to worry about gas so much because your mileage is better than using your gas as a write-off. CPA 140 a year. I have 22 ledgers in my home. Wow. Yeah, see, I just started doing this year, so I don't have a CPA. I know when you're in the nursing, you have to do that, because when my husband's daughter was alive, she had nurses that would come to the house because she had things that needed to be done by a nurse, and they would tell me she'd have to get a CPA and stuff because they didn't take taxes out of her nursing money, because she was considered a private contracted nurse. But I don't have a CPA. I just went through H&R Block this year. I don't know if that's considered CPA, but I filed my taxes through H&R Block, and it cost me a grip. Okay. Me too. With H&R Block, I think I only waited about 2 weeks. And in fact, I think my one, I waited a week. I think my state came within a week. My federal came a little bit later than my state. My puppies are sleeping. Okay. So I need to find do I just look up CPA when I Google, or do I have to look it up as something else? Okay. That's pretty much so what we do with it too every year is we pay off like credit cards, stuff like that. Okay. I know every year H&R Block their prices go up. And I already filed my taxes. My taxes are done and I done got them back already. And starting next year, our tax money is actually going to be starting for savings for a house. I told my husband the last couple of years I wanted to take a break because when we went to look for a house in 2023, we we took a big hit. We lost $10,000 to $11,000 on this home we were going for, and it kind of devastated me. I know. We just had a rough go when we went in 2023. We moved into the house, thought we were going to get it, and our dynamic of our loan changed because it was an FHA loan, and the people didn't want to wait 6 months for us to wait out being landlord tenant, where he could have made rent up until we closed, and decided to up and resell it and keep our money from it. So we lost almost 11 grand on that house, and I told my husband, it was stressful time. I need a break. Let's recoup our losses, have a little bit of fun, and then go back at it again. And right now it's just not the time to look, because the house prices we were looking at in the areas we were looking at now are like almost double. Mhm. Well, we got a different lender. The lender we had before was not communicating with us properly. And I told him that we had to wait until our taxes came in order to close on the house. And he was like, "Oh, that would be fine." So we went and told him, and then the people who were selling the house said, "Well, why don't you guys move in here until tax time and you can pay rent and then you can close and whatnot." Well, on the FHA loan, that changed us to landlord tenant, and because it changed us to landlord tenant, we had to wait 6 months before we could close on our loan. So it devastated me. We put so much money into getting that house, and then they wanted to sell it while we were still living there. They didn't even give us the opportunity to move out the house before they started showing it. It was rough for me. It was a really bad time for me. We had to leave the house early in the morning. We couldn't come back until 5 o'clock in the evening and try to pack our stuff and find a place to go with all our animals. Yes, they are. And my lender did not communicate with us and really screwed us royally. And I guess I didn't bother to look on the Better Business Bureau because they had a lot of marks on there. And then the new lender, my realtor found me. He's been very communicating with me. I call him, I ask him questions, he tells me what I need to do. He's telling me how much I need to have down for the amount of the home I want. And so now I know what I got to save up to get to. He told me because I started DoorDash with my income going down, in order for my DoorDash and my Uber to count for anything, I have to wait 2 years of being at Uber and DoorDash. So we're waiting that process, but my W-2 went back up. So that might change a little bit now. So I have to call him and talk to him again. And I'm lucky my realtor had another realtor friend in her practice that was actually had rental properties that got us a property that took all my animals. And he's been great to us since we've been there. And I'm going to take a little break from it until I'm mentally ready. Because that's a lot of money for somebody who goes, as I call it, paycheck to paycheck and not having extra funds to do anything. Because we had to run and fix credit. We had to do a lot of things in that process. And we had gotten so far to be told we're not gonna wait the 6 months. And I didn't understand why the seller would not, because he was gonna make the amount he wanted for the house plus additional money for us renting it until he could sell it. But he wanted to flip that crap and get it out of his hands and go on to another one. And that's what it was. And my husband said it was all about business. But it is what it is. That house must not have been meant to be. And the right one will come along. Mm-hmm. They said because I just started DoorDash, in order for that income to count towards my loan, I had to be at it for 2 years. That's what he said to me. Because they want to at least go back 2 years in taxes to get you approved for the loan. But see, I'm also in Wisconsin, so I know Wisconsin's got a lot of different rules in a lot of places too. It was the banker. It's a lender. The guy was a lender that I spoke to. I'm sorry if I mix it up so much. Our realtor, she still communicates with us and wants to know if we're ready yet, but I keep telling her no. My lender is one that we're communicating with frequently to find out what we need to do to get where we need to be. And like I'll tell him there's a house that I'm interested in, and he'll look it up and he'll tell me what I need to get there and stuff like that. So, but we also don't want to be here in Racine. We want to move more further out into the country. We don't want to be right into the city. Credit and tax returns, but they still can't discount current from past. I don't know if I understand all that stuff. I just know I talk to him and he tells me what I gotta do. Because like this last time I spoke to him, he said for the range that I'm looking, he says I should have about 11,000 saved to put down as a down payment. And that's including having the first month's payment in there, and if we need earnest money. But the guy that we're talking to now is way different than the last guy we talked to, because he's been being honest with me and upfront. Awesome, Valerie. Go get it. McDonald's too? Holy big spender. Not here. I watch these people order 2 bags of food and I'll get $2, $3. Oh, that's a lot. That's like a McDonald's cater order. I like it when I get Olive Garden here on Uber Eats. But today was crunchy on Uber Eats. I wasn't using Uber Eats today for nothing. They sent me something, I think it was $9 going 19 miles, which took me into South Milwaukee. And I was like, are you nuts? And then I'm not kidding you. 10 minutes later, they shot it to me for $6.07, the same order. And I said, if I wouldn't do it for 9, why would I do it for 6? I love our Olive Garden here, but I can't eat it all the time. That's too much. I can't even do a buffet anymore on my weight loss journey. I eat like maybe a half a sandwich and I'm stuffed the whole day practically. My husband, he's on Ozempic and he has the same issues. If you overeat on that medicine, you'll be sick. But I love the food. Like if I get Olive Garden, I'll take it home and freeze what I don't eat and take out little bits here and there. Um, it was either that or have an invasive weight loss surgery. So I chose to go with Zepbound, and it's actually been very good for me. I went from 260 pounds and I'm today now 206. Favorite meal or food from Olive Garden? I'd have to say their salad. I love their salad. And the Alfredo. I like the shrimp Alfredo. And of course, my son, it's the pizza and the kids menu. And my husband is lasagna. I can't do that. I don't have that feature on my phone to do voice to text. So I always swipe and it spells what it wants to, and I don't proofread it and I send it off. So my son will get out here at 3:41. It's 3:22 now. And then I got to pick my son or my husband up from the hospital. He just texted me about a half hour, 45 minutes ago. They'll release him at 4:30. He has to be monitored for 2 hours while he's on his treatment. It is. It's 37 here, it says. But I'm actually wearing a sweater and I'm comfortable. But it's not real windy. And tomorrow it's going to get high of 56. And we're supposed to get thunderstorms. And it's supposed to transition into snow. And it's supposed to be severe thunderstorms. And it's going to hit most of southeast. Well, it's going to hit Wisconsin, but southeast Wisconsin, where Kenosha, Racine, and parts of Milwaukee, it's going to clip us with the real severe part. I bet our tornado sirens and stuff will go off. I have a feeling if it's going to be that bad. But we're so close to the lake, I don't ever worry about that too much. At least that's how my mom taught me. You know, we're by the lake. We don't have to worry about that. I'm hoping that I can catch water spouts and get that caught for people, because that's an interesting sight to see off of Lake Michigan. Last year we had a few of those. So the only thing good about this town is being right on the lake. But I mean, there's so much trouble, but there's trouble wherever you go. But this town has gotten bad in the last few years. My puppies are going to make me take a nap. Lincoln snores. It's the funniest sound to hear, a dog snoring. Gonna be coloring my hair this weekend, so you guys will see a new hair color coming on Tuesday. That sounds good. My husband's got a hydroponic garden started. He's got strawberries in there, Roma tomatoes, green peppers, and beefsteak tomatoes. The strawberries are already starting to get the strawberry growing. It's going from flower into strawberry. It's kind of cool. I can't wait till the tomatoes and stuff start. I am actually going to probably be going live in like 2 to 3 weeks. I am getting my kitchen island between the 4th and 5th, and we got to assemble it. And once I get that assembled and get my kitchen organized, I am actually going to go live. I will put a post up on YouTube, and I will also do a clip or a short the day that I'll do it. And I'll announce on there that I'm going live doing sourdough. Because it is an all-day process, I will probably get up the morning of and feed it, and probably start from there and let you guys sit there with me and talk while I go through the process after it gets fed to the time that I start making the dough, because it takes 4 hours after you feed it before you can make the dough. So I don't know if it gets to the point where there's nobody in the live and it's too much, I'll stop the live and I'll go live again when it's time to actually start the process of the dough. So I have to think it out strategically, because I don't want to make everybody sit there while the dough grows and stuff like that. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go live I'll go live showing me feed it, and then when it's time to make the dough, I'll go live again and go through the whole process. Because I don't have no time-lapse video to time-lapse video sourdough growing for 4 hours. But it should be in the next, because the 4th and 5th is when it comes, and it's a lot of parts to put together. So I think we should have it put together in a day. I'm hoping me and my husband will. And then it's basically organizing my kitchen to where where I want it at. It is on wheels, so I can put it in the center of my kitchen and then put it up against my wall when I'm done. And it also has a leaf on it to make it almost like a table, so we can use it like a kitchen table too. I need it for storage. My kitchen, I only have like a couple cabinets, and I pretty much, so I made a pantry out of one of my hall closets. And my first sourdough loaf I think I'm going to do live is going to be a s'mores. And then I'm going to start doing a savory one, because I got in mind I want to try a pizza one. There's so many different ones I want to try. But right now, I think to do a live, I'm going to do a sweet one, because a lot of people are interested in the sweet ones. My son will be getting out of school in 10 minutes. I think I'm going to probably end my live here in a few minutes. Hi, Colleen. How are you? I'm probably only going to be on another few more minutes because my son's going to be coming out shortly. And I don't want to drive alive with all the kids around and stuff outside. But I'm telling everybody I'm getting a kitchen island and I should have it assembled in like 2 weeks. It's just one of those little portable kitchen islands. And as soon as I get that, I'm actually going to go live doing my sourdough bread. A lot of people want to see my sourdough bread be made. It is a process though. So there'll be a lot of coffee time and chit-chatting. So, I'm exhausted today. I know I'm going to go home and I'll probably go on and check out some YouTube lives, and then I'm going to catch up on my Masked Singer so I'm caught up for tomorrow. And then I'm probably going to pass out tonight early. I'm so exhausted tonight. I did 9 deliveries on DoorDash and 2 deliveries on Uber Eats, but one I had to cancel because somebody already picked up. And I did all EBT on DoorDash. I got my AR up from 70 to 75 since Monday. I mean, my numbers aren't bad on DoorDash, but I'm trying to see what it would be like with real good numbers. And on Tuesdays, it's terrible here. Oh, it's so terrible. So I might be thinking about taking my Saturdays and Sundays and taking Tuesdays off and work the rest. Hey, Goober, you waking up? Your human's coming. Yes, your human's coming, Goober. Oh, yes. Let's show everybody the Goober. Let's show Goober. Hey, say hi. Hi. Wait, it's flipped towards me. Gotta flip it towards him. There's the Goober. Say hi. Is your human coming? Oh, your human's coming, ain't he? Yes, your human's coming, huh, Goober? Oh, my princess. She's an older dog, Princess, and her esophagus, because she's older, closes up on her frequently. So that what you hear her trying to open her esophagus, it's something that happens with small dogs as they're older. We've had Princess since 2016, and they told us she was like, I think 5 when we got her, but the vet told us she was over 10 years old. So, and we've had her since 2016. I don't think she's 20 years old. I think she's around 14, 15 years old. And they're going off her teeth, and her teeth are pretty bad, so I don't think that they could go off by her teeth to say how old she is. And she's still kicking it. That girl can run, that girl can bark, she can chase things. But I'm gonna hop off here. He's gonna be coming out the door any minute now, so thank you guys all for jumping on my live. I will be going live on Friday again, same thing, same time, doing the same thing, dropping my husband off, coming up here, sitting here with my kids. You guys keep me busy and entertained, so have a good day. Bye.